Good morning, Primary 6. Today, we're going to learn about comparing ratio and its application. Before we start, let's pray to God for all the knowledge that we are going to learn today and for the help He has given us. Amen. Okay, class? Now, listen carefully and write down what you need. First of all, we know that ratio is the simplest form of two or more objects. Based on what you need, you see a ratio, it doesn't always mean it is the whole thing. So for example, I have 10 cars and 20 motorcycles. The ratio of cars to the ratio of motorcycles is 1 to 2. So when I say that the ratio of motorcycles and cars and motorcycles is 1 to 2, it doesn't mean that I only have one car and two motorcycles. It's just the ratio. So ratio is usually simplified form from two or three objects. And for example, you can see this an example of the ratio of number of toy car to the number of dolls is 3 to 3. So there are these two circles and three of these circles. So two circles of toy car and three circles of dolls. Well, in this case, you can see the number of cars and the number of dolls, and they're all grouped in four. Now, if someone asks me, how many dolls are there? You wouldn't say that there are only three dolls. You would say that there are 12 dolls, right? Because 4 plus 4 plus 4 is 12. Now, if they ask you how many toy cars are there, of course you wouldn't say there are two. It's just a ratio. So the number of toy cars are 4 plus 4, which is 8. So those are two different things. Ratio and the numbers are different things. So how do you solve this kind of problem? Well, we can see that there are a lot of ratio problems in finding the numbers. For example, the ratio of the number of circles to the number of triangle is 5 to 2. So there are ratio of 5 number of circle and ratio of 2 number of triangle. And usually you will not be able to find anything like how many triangles really are there, except if you have an additional information, which is there are 8 triangles altogether. Now you can picture that there are 8 triangles altogether. Now all you need to do for now is how can we get this 8 triangle into these two ratio or two parts. So all you need to do is the number of triangle divided by the number of ratio. Yeah, so you got a triangle divided by the ratio of 2. So we can get, so there are 4 in each ratio or in each circle. Yeah. Now we can see that we can fit all of the 8 triangles into 2 of this ratio, that is 4 each. Now we can also say that if one of this thing is 4, yeah, so it means that all of this thing also have each of this circle inside will also be 4 of this circle. So we can say that there are 5 of the ratio of the circle multiplied by 4 each, which is 20. So when you ask how many numbers of circle are there, we can answer 20 easily. Okay, class? Now, let's have the same kind of problem, but now the question is not the triangle that we had. What we have is the circle, yeah? There are 10 circles now, all together. Now, so you picture there are 10 circles, and then how do you fit all of these 10 circles equally into these parts of the ratio? So you divide 10 with the number of ratio of circle, which is 5. So each of this circle will be 2 in each part. So you can get 2, 2, 2 in each of this ratio. So same thing with this thing, yeah, with the top. So if there are 2 in each of the part, so we also have this 2 parts multiplied by 2 triangles equals to 4. So if they ask you how many numbers of triangle are there, we can say that there are 4. Now the last kind of problem that we would have is the form that there are boys altogether. Yeah, now without the picture. So this would be easier if there are no picture because it can be faster. You make it in the form of fraction. Let's say that the ratio of girls to boys is 2 to 3. There are 9 boys altogether. How many girls are there? So in here we have the ratio of girls to boys and we have the information that there are 9 boys altogether. First, we make the form of fraction, girls per boys, and you can put the ratio of the girl, the ratio of the boys. And then the next part is making the fraction in form of the real one. How many there are boys in here? So we put number 9 on the boys. And we don't know the girls, so we have to find it. How do we find it? By multiplying. 3 becomes 9 is multiplied by 3. Yeah, so if the bottom one is multiplied by 3, we would have to do the same with the top one, which is multiplied by 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Now we know that there are 6 girls altogether. Okay, pretty simple, right? Make the fraction, write the ratio form of in fraction, and write the real or wanted form in fraction also. And then we multiply to make them equally correct. Now let's say that the ratio of milk to cocoa is 1 to 4. The milk is 40 milliliter. Now we have the second problem that says that the ratio of milk to cocoa is 1 to 4. Cocoa is like hot chocolate milk, okay? And the milk is 40 milliliter. And the question is, how much is the cocoa? Milk to cocoa is 1 to 4. Yeah, the milk is 1. The cocoa is 4. Now, please be careful to put the numbers and the fraction, okay? You have to do it based on the which comes first, yeah, based on the sentences. Now we have the ratio form, and now we also have the real or wanted form. We know that the milk is 40 milliliters, so how do we get 1 to becomes 40? We multiply by 40. So if we multiply the top one by 40, we also multiply the bottom one by 42. So 4 multiplied by 40 is 160. So yes, the cocoa is 160 milliliter. Any question, class? If you do have, please ask directly to my WhatsApp. Okay, now let's go to the last problem. Let's say that the ratio of girls to boys is 5 to 3. So, and there are actually 32 students altogether. What this means is that the number of boy plus the number of girl is 32. So the question would be how many girls are there and how many boys are there. Now, first we have to find the ratio of all, yeah, the ratio of boys plus the ratio of girls, which is 8. Now we have to make a fraction in form of three things, the girl, the boy, and all together, which is the girls are 5, the boys are 3, the ratio of the boys or all are 8. Now we, okay, now this should be 32. Now we know that altogether there are 32. So what do we do? First of all, we have to find the number of multiple 8 multiplied by that number becomes 32. How do we get that? We just write 32 divided by 8. Yeah, the opposite way of thinking is dividing them. 32 divided by 8 is 4. So we know that the ratio is all multiply by 4, multiply by 4, multiply by 4. So now we know the girls are 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, and the boys are 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So there are 20 girls and there are 12 boys altogether. So all you need to do is make it in the form of fraction. Then you write the ratio form, and then you find the wanted or the real form that you want to search. So make it all into a form of fraction so you can count easier. Okay, now we go to the main thing, that is comparing ratio on a table. So this kind of problem exists for this kind of problems. You have a recipe to make Oreo milkshake. Now, for every 100 milliliter of milk, 50 milliliter of ice, we use 4 Oreo. Yeah, so the ingredients are milk, ice, and Oreo. Now, that thing will make 1 glass of Oreo milkshake. Now the question is, how much milk, ice, and Oreo you need for 2 glasses? So just multiply them, yeah? 1 glass of milk is 150 milliliter of milk, 50 milliliter of ice, and 4 Oreo. So if you want to make 2 glass, how many milliliter of milk, how many milliliter of ice, and how many Oreo? Easy. Multiply by 2. Yeah, because we want to make 2 glass. So this becomes 300. This becomes 100. And this becomes 4 multiplied by 2, 8. Yeah. Now, what happens again if you want to make a number of glass, a number for how many milk and ice and Oreo? Let's say I want to make 5. 5 glass of milk, 5 glasses of Oreo milkshake. So all I need to do is multiply from the first glass, okay? From the first or 1 glass. Yeah, don't multiply from the 2 glasses because 2 multiplied by 5 is 10 glasses. You only need 1 glasses multiplied by 5. So you multiply from the number of the first one, yeah, the 1 glass. So you multiply by 5, and multiply by 5. 150 multiplied by 5 is 750. 50 milliliter multiplied by 5 is 250. And last one is 4 multiplied by 5 is 20. So to make 5 glasses of Oreo milkshake, you need 750 milliliter of milk, 250 milliliter of ice, and 20 Oreo. Okay, class, that's all the explanation. Now you can do this kind of problem, that is making Oreo milkshake and making strawberry milkshake. So if you did not follow the webinar, you can try to do this by yourself by multiplying this. I'll give you one example for this Oreo milkshake. So to make 2 glasses, remember, you multiply by 2. So to make 3 glasses, you multiply by 3. 150 multiplied by 3 is 450. 50 multiplied by 3 is 150. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Yeah, and you can do that to how many you need for 5 glasses, how many you need for 10 glasses, and how many you need for a number of glasses where you already know that the ice is actually 750. So that's all for today. See you and thank you.